becoming more and more expensive, but using less and less fabric. Has Asian fashion become too raunchy? That's coming up next. Hi, welcome to Broken Silence. I'm Sanyya Gardez. Asian fashion. Has it simply become too raunchy? At the core of Asian culture is modesty and respect. But even though Asian outfits are getting more and more expensive, the fabric used in any Asian outfit is becoming less and less. Is Asian fashion too Western? To help me answer that question is fashion designer extraordinaire Arinder Buller. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Arinder, what's your opinion on Asian fashion? Is it becoming too Western?
I don't think Asian fashion is getting too raunchy because the girls that are brought up in this country want a fusion of both the fashions of sort of being Asian.
Well, the girls might want to wear something that's more Western, but how do their parents feel about lenga and a boob tube? Are they okay with it?
Yeah, well, I think most girls do understand when they go to Indian weddings, when they do know how to dress appropriately. But it's I think it's mostly an exaggeration when people say, oh, girls are too raunchy. I think when they wear sort of Asian raunchy stuff is probably when they go clubbing and wear a boob tube or something.
I have to disagree, because at Asian weddings, you will see these girls wearing a sari, and you're not even sure if they have a blouse on underneath there, because there's just so little fabric. So who's your target audience? Who's wearing your designs?
Well, the girls like to wear a fusion of Asian as well as looking a little bit Western. So that's what we tend to do, is mix the fashions together. But
Tell us a little bit about your designs. What kind of designs are you putting out there?
I tend to design for the girls that are sort of brought up here. So they want to look modern as well as traditional. So I fuse the fashion together, and my designs are a little bit more traditional than raunchy, I'd say. But I do add touches of like the English fashion as well.
But would you be okay with if you had a teenage daughter leaving the house that was, bare midriff and no straps? Would you be okay with her wearing that?
Not really. I mean, I'm happy with my daughter wearing, a halter neck or sleeveless. But I think, we bring up our children and teach them what to wear where. Mm-hmm. So I think most girls do understand and appreciate that. I'm going to a function where I'm going to have family, so I've got to look a little bit more respectable. And then
so put a dupatta on top of the
high. I think most girls do understand that. So I haven't personally been to a wedding where I've seen, a very raunchy outfit. So.
Well, maybe I should define what I mean by raunchy. I mean, I know you won't see a girl wearing a bikini at a wedding, mm-hmm. and that's raunchy, but at an Asian function, mm-hmm. having a bare midriff and no top is raunchy. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you must have come across something like that.
I have seen that, but then when you see older ladies wearing saris and blouses, you can see most of their stomachs. So,
and they should not be wearing that.
But they do, and so I don't really see the big difference, So it's easy for people to talk and say.
If you see an auntie in her late 50s wearing a sari.
That's right.
And then you see a hot young thing, an 18-year-old wearing the same outfit. Obviously, it's going to look more sexualized and sexy on an 18-year-old. So even though they might be wearing the same amount of clothes, the interpretation on what kind of image you're giving out is completely different.
That's right.
So the clients that that are coming to you, they're generally younger?
Yes, they are younger. I mean, I've had, sometimes I don't agree with what girls wear. Like I've had a girl who's come in for a prom dress, and both the mother and daughter have had a huge argument because the girl wants to wear a very raunchy dress to her prom, and she wants to have the back so low she's showing a cleavage behind as well as front. And the mother's totally said no, but the girl has said, well, I'm ordering, I'm paying, this is what I want, so I've had to order it for her. And when it has come back and it has looked, I wasn't happy with it. I didn't like what I saw when she wore it, but that's what she wanted. So
do you have a lot of girls coming in with their parents and they're kind of collaborating on how far to go with these clothes?
we do, yeah, we do. Lots of arguments and.
Who wins out at the end, usually?
Usually the girls win.
Really?
Yeah, and they win in the sense that they sort of compromise as well and say, oh, I'll wear a dupatta over it, usually, but when you end up at a wedding, the dupatta's on the chair and the girl's on the floor having a good old time.
See, now I always thought that the reason that these girls are wearing clothes that are just showing a little bit too much skin is because they're being influenced by what they see in fashion magazines. But you're saying that they come to you with a clear idea of what they want to wear.
Yeah, it is what they see in magazines, but I don't think the Asian fashion actually influences that. It's what they see on the English catwalks as well. And what we see on the catwalks is an international market. It's not for just the Asians because, the girls see what's it's portrayed for everybody. It's not just for the Asians.
But who's your major clientele? Aren't they Asian?
Yes, they are Asian. Mostly they are Asian, yes, but I do get English customers as well. But like I said at the beginning, the girls want a mixture of culture. When they come to buy something for a wedding, they want to look traditional, but they want to look trendy as well. So that's what we try to do for them.
Well, bridal fashion is just becoming really outrageous. I mean, the traditional, lehenga, a long top, the dupatta on your head, it's just clearly gone out the window.
It has in some aspects, but I don't think hugely the Asian bridal outfit has changed because, I mean, most girls that come for a bridal outfit always agree with their mother or whoever's with them that they have sleeves on their wedding. I think girls have their wedding outfits quite respectable. I must say that they don't go overboard.
What would your definition of overboard be? Because you're a designer, so you're seeing it from a different perspective than I would.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think would be too much?
If someone came to me and said I wanted a boob tube type of outfit, like a top with, no shoulders or, sleeveless or, very deep cleavage, I would think that was not right because if you're going to you're going to the mandir or the temple, it's a religious place where you're having your wedding. So, I think girls abide by those rules that,
So the girl that came in that wanted her dress really low in the back so she was showing some back cleavage, is she the exception? Or
yeah,
is
she's
that the norm?
exception because she was going to a prom. So it was like an English function she was going to. So
nobody wants to see that, though.
Obviously, she wanted to show off. So, it was like a prom is now like it's an English thing, isn't it? So,
right.
I don't think her mum would have actually allowed her to wear that at a
maybe
wedding.
Maybe put the dupatta around it.
Yeah, tuck it up the back.
We'll be talking about what exactly is Asian fusion fashion in a minute. You're watching Broken Silence. We're just going to take a small break and be right back.